Welcome to my fascinating tour of my apartment. This is the bin at the end of my floor. This is the floor that I live on, floor number 20. It's very nicely decorated with the gherkin, I think, or possibly something in Dubai. And this is my apartment, which is small but perfectly formed. Please excuse the mess. Sunday is my cleaning day. So we enter into a vestibule, which is where my enormous collection of makeup is held. It's a shame I'm so crap at putting makeup on because I absolutely love the stuff. My clothes are held in there. I have very limited space, so my suitcase is there. And this is my little bathroom. It's unbelievably warm in here. It's a wet room. It's great. There's still I still keep a towel on the floor because I'm frightened of slipping over. But it's a nice shower. It alternates between wanting to boil you to death and going freezing cold. Then I have a little tiddly widdly kitchen area. It does. It's got a hob. My washing's on. It's got a sink. It's got a fridge with a pomegranate on it. Saturday morning, I do my washing. And then, this is it. This is where I live. This is my home. I don't sleep on a bare quilt. My washing's on. I never turn the TV on because it hasn't got anything other than Turkish cookery programs and dramas, which I get far too invested in considering I don't understand the language. And I sit here with my bottle of water in a Sprite bottle. I read. I watch YouTube videos. I stare out of the window. It is boiling here because the good people of Azerbaijan are terrified of being cold. Therefore, they whack the heating on in the middle of November, whether they need to or not, and it stays on until March. It is underfloor heating here. I can't control it. I can't turn it off. It's controlled by the building. Sometimes it's so hot that my feet can't go on the floor. And so I keep this Harry Potter book here to wedge my window open. And then I've got the tiniest little balcony in the world. Just here. I'm not going to walk out to the end of it because it collects water. There's some food for the birds in a Tupperware box at the end there. And I've got the finest view in the whole of Azerbaijan. Hello, that was my tour of my apartment as suggested by my good friend Zoe, who is looking forward to seeing what I've been up to this week. Thank you for anyone fool enough to come and watch these videos. And hello to my old year 10s who are now year 11, who I see have found another platform to stalk me on. I miss you all. I'm not supposed to talk to you for another 5 years though, so week almost ending February and marking 6 months in Azerbaijan for me. It's been a really good one, actually. It's been quite exciting. My washing machine's going in the background. I don't care, I'm total amateur. Because now I'm back on my feet, things are looking up because I can go places and I can do things. So, Sunday, I did not spend just uploading photos of my Bulgarian house and leaving 5 minutes of extra music at the end of a video. My friend Davies told me how not to do that now. I actually went out. I am the only female member of staff in secondary who is an expat, which limits my opportunities somewhat. I either have to be a boy or I have to stay in. So on Sunday, my good friend Gavin, who is our head of humanities, was having a soiree. So I went to that, and as usual, I was the only girl. But it was lovely. There were half a dozen of us. We had some curry, we had some pizza, we had a good chat and a good laugh. And I made my way home early evening, so that was a bit of a treat. I went to work all week, which is as normal, and I have tried very hard to show you this week my journey to and from work, because I don't know why I thought that would be interesting. I just thought, I've got to fill these videos with something. It's been a good week at work. It's been really enjoyable. I can't even begin to tell you, year 10, I love you, aside, how different the students are in an international school to how they are in the UK. The classes are so much smaller. The kids are really attentive, really keen to work. They are absolutely delightful. Over here, they call you by your first name, so they call me Miss Nikki, which I love. And they're like, they're so needy. They're like, all the time. There's hands going up, hands going up. They want your attention. Miss Nikki, Miss Nikki, Miss Nikki, Miss Nikki. I need you to check this. Miss Nikki, tell me if I'm doing this right. Miss Nikki, I've written 3 words and I need you to look at them. And I say to them, stop. Don't call my name anymore. I am making my way around. And they're like, Miss Nikki. They can't help themselves. They're adorable. I've had a lovely week with them. Every week is a lovely week. This has been the savior of me because I don't wake up at 3 a.m. grinding my teeth. I'm not overworked. I work my 40 hours and that's it. I can't recommend it highly enough. We live in this society where we're taught, aren't we? You get a job, you buy a house, you pay your mortgage off for 30 years. And at the end of that, your reward is you've paid for your house, you retire, you get your pension, and you die 8 years later, on average. These people I work with, they've worked internationally their entire lives. Yeah, they're not going to have a British state pension, but they've probably got a private one that they've been paying copious amounts of money into. They haven't got a house, but they've been provided with practically free accommodation for their entire working life because they've had a housing allowance or housing provided. And because of all that, they've sent thousands and thousands of pounds home over their working lifetime. And they have got a very, very nice little nest egg because they haven't followed that system that we're expected to follow. And I really wish I'd done the same. But I provided my children with a really good, stable upbringing in the UK. So, and I love them and I miss them. I miss you if you happen to be watching this, Georgia. I know you've had a look because you've chastised me about my sound quality. Anyway, rant about politics, about life, about education over. So Monday I tried walking from Neftchala station to work, which is about a mile, and doing that on the way back. I spent the whole of Monday evening hobbling around my apartment going, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, and decided I'm not quite ready for that yet. However, I have had 3 swims this week, good swims of like 35, 40 minutes. Really enjoyed that. Unfortunately, I'm not a size 10 yet, but we'll keep trying. So that's been really nice. I've still been getting the school bus. But the way it works is I get the metro from the city to Neftchala where the school is. And then we wait and the school provides little buses that take us to school about 7:25, which is great. And then there's ones back at 4 and 5. Now, I've been catching the 5 p.m. one, which is absolutely rammed because that's when all the cleaning staff and the support staff and security staff go home. And it's amazing how many people you can get onto a small minibus when everyone wants to get on it. So it's been a good week. And then I made a new friend, which is really exciting. So there is another expat female, Sarah, who is from Durham, who has started in the primary department. And she called me over the other day and said, Nikki, my husband's going away. He works in oil. Do you want to go out on Friday night? And I said, I would absolutely love to, but can we do it next Friday after payday because I am potless? And she said, that's okay. I'll treat you. So after a bit of back and forth, couldn't possibly, but I insist. Oh no, because I'm British. Couldn't possibly. No, I insist, all back forth. I agreed to meet her on Friday. So that was lovely because we went out on Friday evening. We had a few Àperol Spritzes. We had a pizza. And then I went up to her apartment to meet her dog, which was lovely because I miss my dogs as well as my family. And then I got home it was raining. I didn't want to overtax my foot. So I got home in a taxi, which probably took 3 times longer than walking would have done. So yeah, it's all good times, good times. I have enjoyed this week. And then today, of course, I'm going out with Nadia and Kayella from primary. This is our week for our budget lunch, or budget breakfast, because we're all skint because it's not payday till next week. So we're going for the budget option of going to Ganjleek Mall. I've never been to Ganjleek Mall. It's the next stop along from me on the metro, so not far to go. And I believe it's very nice. And I'm thinking of maybe treating myself to a mouse and a mouse mat, because I have left mine at work and therefore I can't work my laptop this weekend. I've probably just got enough left in the coffers, although it is big shop week. I need washing up liquid, I need washing powder. It's really annoying how all those things happen at once. Because, as I said before, this isn't like, I'm not living the life of Riley here. The vast majority of my money goes back home to the UK to cover bills, mortgage, try and help the kids out a bit. I just keep my fingers crossed that one day somebody will buy my house and then I'll be free of all that. I'll be able to help the kids out more. We'll be able to put money in the savings. This month has been insane because my money is neither in the UK or in Azerbaijan. It is floating in the electronic ether somewhere because the intermediary bank bounced it back to Azerbaijan. So I had to go to the bank yesterday, which is always humiliating because the girls in the bank are possibly the most beautiful girls in Azerbaijan. And given that girls in Azerbaijan are possibly the most beautiful girls in the world, it's a little overwhelming. Plus, they have these seats that make you sit way lower than the girl that you're talking to, so you feel really inferior. And they said last week they told me they'd sent it and it'd been bounced back, but it was okay. They were going to send it again. This week, they didn't say as much, but it was very clear that they had forgotten to send it again. They said the intermediary bank had requested some more information, but they were going to send it now. So they were going to send it. It's not gone yet. It's still sitting in my account, in the holding account. But hopefully before bills going out day next week, my money will reach the UK. So I've got a little bit left. I get paid again on either Thursday or Friday. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to have my breakfast with my girls. I'm going to have a look, see if there's an affordable mouse and mouse mat somewhere. I'll take loads of photos. I'll do a couple of videos if possible. And I'll show you my walk to work. I don't know why I think you'll find this interesting. I just, oh, hey guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe, all that business. Because when I realised year 10, 11 were starting to stalk me on YouTube, I was actually really chuffed because I thought, hey, there's 30 kids in that class. I might get 30 new followers. I hope my mum's watching this. Happy birthday for last week, Mum. Sorry I didn't get to speak to you properly, but it was really noisy in that bar you were in with all the rest of the family. Hello, Georgia, Sophie. I know you are watching this. Leo and Kate, if you are, hi. And that's that from me. I'll see you all later. Oh, this is me and the police. The police station was right next door to my apartment. I'm just watching my feet. And this is my little 10-minute walk down to the metro. It's really quiet at this time. The difference when I come back at 5:30 is unbelievable. It's a soggy day in Baku today. Down, down, down we go. It's like this every morning, and then you get round the corner to where the stations are, Jaffa Jafali trains coming in, and it's absolutely bonkers. But it's nothing compared to how it is at 5:30. So this is Ganjlik. I've driven through here in a Yango. This is Ganjlik Park, which looks massive, and everyone's running late except me, so I could be here for some time. There's a bookshop down there, pretty excited. All the malls here have these like terraces where you can come and have a fag so that you don't have to get nicotine withdrawal while you're shopping.
It's a camera. I saw this photo.
Well, I can't say I ever have a boring time with Nadia, but that was one of our particularly crazy ones, and it actually wasn't her fault. Unlike the time when we nearly got carted off in the back of a police van, that kind of was. So off to Ganjlik Mall I go, one stop straight into the mall. Of course, nobody else is there because this is Azerbaijan and nobody runs to time. So I had to wander about, went and got brew. Eventually, Kayela turns up, then Nadia turns up. And we went for our lunch. Really nice place, Cafe City. Very, very, very pleasant. It amazes me when waiters speak 3 different languages. And in the UK, we look down on waiting staff. So we had our lunch, we finished up. Nadia took it upon herself to have a cosmopolitan with her lunch because Kayela doesn't drink and she's a bit about us drinking. Every time I start filming anything, somebody starts texting me. Anyway, so off we went. Where are we going to go? Well, Nads wants to go bowling, but it turns out that bowling is horrendously expensive. So instead, we go for a walk and we go through the park and we go into a bar, cafe, restaurant there, and they haven't got anything that any of us fancy, coffee, etc. They don't do coffee. So off we went again, and Nadia's wearing these huge, rubber boots with a 4-inch block heel. So, of course, she's in absolute agony. And so we stopped at a pub, but it was a Nazari pub, and they're horrible places that are made for men to drink beer and play backgammon. So we came out of there. That didn't suit either. And Kayla's going, no, you can't drink beer. You can't drink beer. And then I called a taxi with Yango. Anyway, it did, I followed the little car on the map, and then it said, your driver is here. He clearly wasn't. I said to Kayla, can you phone him and ask him where he is? Anyway, she phones him. He gives her a mouthful. I've been waiting for an hour. I thought, well, we only called for the taxi 5 minutes ago. Where are you? Why aren't you in the spot that I want you to be in? So she told him where we were, and he pulled up. And then Kayela goes at the top of her voice in Russian so he can understand, I don't want to sit in this taxi with this man. He's been very rude to me, as she jumps in. And then he starts shouting at her. And she says, why are you shouting at me? And this is all happening in Russian, and I'm just sat there like the quiet, shy, frightened to death English person in the back. And anyway, what she basically said to him, Nadia said it was kind of like saying, are you stupid or are you dumb? But much more insulting than that. And he just slammed the brakes on and threw us out of the taxi. So we got out of that taxi. We called another one. Kayela and Dad's pretty much had a massive bust up on the pavement about it and blaming each other for it. The second taxi cancelled, said he was too far away. And just as we were beginning to despair and Nadia's feet were beginning to bleed, another taxi pulled up and said, my ride's just cancelled on me. You know, do you want a taxi? She was like, not paying you more than £3 mana. And he said, yeah, that's fine. So I said, look, let's go to my neck of the woods where I actually know the pubs and let's go to the tavern. I'll buy you a drink and we'll calm down. Kayela's gone by now. She stormed off to the metro. So I took her to the tavern, which is really nice, where I was last night. Walk in, you know, the lady, the manageress said, oh, good evening. Hello, Àperol. So I got us both an Àperol, and Nads is not a drinker. And then there's this girl in the bar who, as far as I knew, had left Azerbaijan and gone to Italy, but she kind of hangs around in the expat bars, and she's got no ability to read social cues. So she can't cotton on that you might be having a private conversation or you're not really in the mood to speak to her. She hung around for about an hour. And then by the time I actually looked at Nadia once this girl had gone, she'd slurped her way through this Àperol, and she is no drinker. And she was just merrily sliding off the edge of her stool. So I paid the bill. I poured her into a taxi. Her husband is my boss. He's going to kill me, and walk myself back up where I have been to the supermarket, and I now intend to take a deep breath and relax for a while and hope the next Saturday isn't quite so crackers.